Number 10, we publish notice of the 16 and May 26th. Each person on the village's initial 16 days from the increment financing district. So, Bentonhausen will give an overview.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Maureen Bear TIFs, and where the area you see a portion of the 176 along the southern border there, and then on the west 6th court 67 acres, and the current commercial and railroad, and then the rights of way therein. So what is TIF? When we talk about TIF, it's essentially a tool that helps to basically breathe some new life into economically sluggish areas. It helps to attract private development. One of the tests that we did indicated that there's been a lack of private investment and redevelopment within the area. And so redevelopment within an area, it can help the village to be able to, which are all pretty urgent needs within this area. And essentially what it does is allow a funding source to be able to allow the village to pay to have an area that's already been developed to incent some private investment versus the much lower cost of redeveloping a green grass area. A site that doesn't have any challenges is much easier to redevelop and easier to infrastructure and existing development already, and is a tool that essentially helps us to try to level that playing field. Where it stands is it's not a tax increase. Illustrates this point a little more clearly. When you get your tax bill, you have and then as rise during the life of the TIF, which is EAV, and then what is realized in incremental EAV. That's what can be used to pay for that in a 3-year term, which is that red, is that the EAV to all the taxing bodies after the TIF is complete. So you receive that base EAV level that they're now receiving. It's just the TIF fund. Involved, according to the state statute, there's a number of opportunities for people to ask questions and voice their opinions as well. The first thing you do is you apply statutes in the first place. You can't just make any area a TIF. It has to meet a certain number of criteria that the state sets forth. We convened a joint review board meeting on April 22nd. That's acted by the TIF. Had the opportunity to hear essentially the similar presentation to today and to be able to ask questions about it. The Joint Review Board voted unanimously. I know that the JRB chair, Secretary Ray, is here. Is here this evening, and there was a unanimous vote by them. So there wasn't any opposition from the other taxing bodies expressed at that meeting. We are now at the public hearing phase, which is the meeting tonight, where after this presentation, we'll be able to hear residents. Seaman announced earlier, the next opportunity or the actual vote will not take the first meeting, and then July 5th will be the first opportunity that the village board can consider. Life for the TIF will be 23 years. The village board elects to terminate the TIF district earlier. Applied to this. I'm not going to go into all the detail about all of these because it's rather involved. A copy of the eligibility that is mainly within the utilities within the area. Of private risk, we do not see that there will be an opportunity in industrial property that will involve some demolition and some other improvement. One of the reasons for considering this TIF, as well as again the ability for the village to be able to within this TIF. We didn't have to do a full study, although we might have, because there are resident impact study, and I think that's of residents from the village residential institutional. So there's no of any residents. One of the major occupied by Panduit, I showed you earlier, and also the ABC supply. I think some very loose plans put forward on that, but that's just a potential change. Another water sewer utility, $1 million is general. Some flooding, and again, as I was of that damage. So here, the options of the builders conducive to looking to an automobile repair shop in there that's maybe located here. That we mentioned earlier, an opportunity opportunity for the village to have some of the land. And one other map that kind of shows a little bit, kind of all relate, and this is stuff we don't see underneath opportunities to link this to be able to have a new green part would be regional ponds. At the end of my presentation, comment.
Was back the high fact deep over on the like they take care of their own. Why hasn't
The engineering staff is not to
Why, that's the
money which is responding to move on?